Hello and welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Ilham. On September 17, President of Azerbaijan İlham received the credentials of Zaki Gil, the newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria.
The ambassador presented her credentials to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev had a conversation with the ambassador. The head of state praised the bilateral relations between the two countries at various levels, emphasizing the importance of developing cooperation in the political, economic and energy sectors. Describing Azerbaijan as a beautiful country, the ambassador expressed her joy at visiting the country. She conveyed the greetings of Abdülmecid Tebboune, President of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, to President Ilham Aliyev. She noted that the President of Algeria highly values his friendship with the Azerbaijani leader. Saying that the Azerbaijani President's visit to Algeria in 2022 marked a new chapter in the history of bilateral relations, Zakia Igil underlined that Abdülmecid Tebboune expresses his gratitude for the congratulatory letter from the head of state on his victory in the presidential elections and is determined to further strengthen ties with Azerbaijan. The ambassador noted that she would spare no effort in further expanding bilateral relations during her tenure. The head of state expressed gratitude for the Algerian president's greetings and asked the ambassador to extend his own regards to Abdülmecid Tebboune, along with his congratulations once again on his election. Fondly recalling his visit to Algeria, the head of state emphasized that it once again demonstrated the close cooperation between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev stressed the need to continue cooperation between Azerbaijan and Algeria within international organizations, including the UN, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and the Non-Aligned Movement, and noted Azerbaijan's commitment to the principle of efficiency in international organizations. The head of state expressed gratitude for Algeria's support and solidarity during Azerbaijan's chairmanship of the Non-Aligned Movement. President Ilham Aliyev touched upon the importance of issues such as the sovereignty and territorial integrity of countries, multilateralism, and the fight against neocolonialism. The ambassador congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on Azerbaijan's successful chairmanship of the Non-Aligned Movement. Recalling his visit to the National Museum of Mujahid during his trip to Algeria, the head of state noted that the crimes and atrocities committed against Algerian people, as depicted in the museum, left him deeply moved. President Ilham Aliyev reaffirmed Azerbaijan's continued support for the freedom and sovereignty of peoples suffering under the colonial rule of former empires, both during and after its chairmanship of the Non-Aligned Movement. Touching on energy cooperation, the head of state described both countries as significant natural gas exporters to Europe and expressed satisfaction with their close cooperation within the OPEC Plus framework. The ambassador conveyed congratulations on hosting COP29 in Azerbaijan and expressed confidence in the successful conduct of this important event.
We call on the Dutch side to put an end to the statements that further undermine the bilateral relations between Azerbaijan and the Netherlands and hinder the future development of the region based on respect for the norms and principles of international law. Ayhan Hacızadeh, spokesperson for Azerbaijan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, stated, "We resolutely reject the misnaming of the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan with fake names such as Nagorno-Karabakh. It is unacceptable that this country has identified a liberation of the occupied territories of Azerbaijan as a takeover of Nagorno-Karabakh. The Dutch side on another occasion has been demonstrating a biased approach vis-à-vis Azerbaijan and the post-conflict situation in the region," the official representative of the Foreign Ministry emphasized. In an open letter addressed to the leaders of key U.S. and European Union structures responsible for imposing and monitoring sanctions against Russia, Azerbaijani non-governmental organizations have called for stricter control over Armenia's trade operations. Despite the European Union imposing sanctions on Russia, several European Union countries continue to conduct foreign trade operations with the Russian Federation through Armenia. In 2023, trade between Armenia and the European Union increased by 2.4 times compared to 2021, which cannot but cause a surprise. The NGO statement calls on the United States and the European Union to strengthen control over Armenia's trade operations, in particular to prevent the illegal trade of goods used in military operations, as well as to intensify diplomatic efforts, urging Armenia to stop supporting Russia.
Avropa İttifaqı real ikili yanaşmalar nümayiş etdirir.
EU demonstrates double standards. That is, they apply sanctions against some, while turn a blind eye against the others. However, the sanctions should first of all be applied against Armenia. EU, in particular the European Parliament, shows biased approach towards Azerbaijan, adopts different resolutions, makes baseless statements. What does it mean? They don't see this? They see and understand this very well. It is just their subjective unjust position is clearly visible, and this has to do with some breach Armenian circles. We know and understand this very well.
In accordance with the training plan for 2024, an explosive ordnance disposal course is underway for a group of Naval Special Forces personnel. According to the course plan, tasks set for the marine phase are fulfilled to detect bottom mines, various types of explosive ordnance and improvised explosive devices placed by imaginary terrorist groups. The main objective of the course is to bring units combat training up to modern requirements, as well as to enhance servicemen's practical skills and abilities and the effective use of new engineering equipment in line with the requirements of the time, Azerbaijan's Ministry of Defense reported. The 106th anniversary of the liberation of Baku was celebrated in Ankara. At the conference, prominent politicians, scientists and public figures discussed the historical ties between the two countries. It was emphasized that the liberation of Baku from the Bolshevik Dashnak occupation by the Caucasian Islamic Army under the command of Nuru Pasha, shoulder to shoulder with Azerbaijani troops, represents a significant milestone in the fraternal relations between our two nations. The significance of the allied relationship between Azerbaijan and Turkey, officially enshrined in the Shusha Declaration, was also underscored. The conference proceeded with scientific presentations and concluded with an artistic part. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.